वैज्ञानिक हैं, आज भी वो हमें रास्ता दिखाते हैं और हम देखते हैं किस तरह से तमाम जो शीर्ष वैश्विक नेता हैं वो भी महात्मा गांधी के विचारों को आज भी उसी सम्मान के साथ देखते हैं, उन्हें आत्मसात करने की बात कहते हैं।
और सबसे अहम यहाँ पर यह है कि जिस तरह से अहिंसा परमो धर्म के रास्ते पर भारत चलता है और हर जगह भारत ने ये साफ तौर पर कहा है कि युद्ध किसी भी मसले का हल नहीं है। उसी भाव के साथ ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्रधानमंत्री ने भी अपने कई ट्विटर के संदेश के माध्यम से कहा है कि युद्ध भी किसी समस्या का हल नहीं है और इसी जो थॉट प्रोसेस के साथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी चलता है। और आज श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करते हुए ऑस्ट्रेलिया प्रधानमंत्री राजघाट पर महात्मा गांधी को उन्होंने श्रद्धांजलि दी और महात्मा गांधी तो इस पूरे हम कह सकते हैं भाव के परिचायक थे कि अहिंसा परमो धर्म, और इसी भाव के साथ ऑस्ट्रेलियन प्रधानमंत्री ने श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित किए हैं राजघाट पर बापू की समाधि पर। आज का दिन अहम, कई अहम समझौतों पर हस्ताक्षर होने हैं हैदराबाद हाउस में, दो रणनीतिक लिहाज से, कूटनीतिक लिहाज से, लेकिन उससे पहले औपचारिक स्वागत किया गया राष्ट्रपति भवन में प्रधानमंत्री एंथनी एल्बनीजे का, और उसके बाद अब वो राजघाट पहुंचे हैं जहां उन्होंने बापू की समाधि पर श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित किए।
अलग अलग देश है, अलग रंग रूप है, अलग अलग बोली है, लेकिन कुछ चीजें हैं, कुछ ऐसे उसूल हैं, कुछ ऐसी भावनाएं हैं जो पूरे विश्व को एक साथ लाती हैं, एक साथ जोड़ती हैं। वसुधैव कुटुंबकम।
Now, those visuals that we cut across to were live visuals of the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. This was a wreath-laying ceremony which was taking place at Rajghat. Now, to get us more on this, we're crossing over to CNN News 18's Foreign Affairs correspondent Abhishek Jha. Abhishek, tell us more about the wreath-laying ceremony.
We know that it's a customary thing for any foreign leaders who visit India, normally goes to Rajghat to pay respect to Mahatma Gandhi, and we know how it has been. The values of Mahatma Gandhi has been very much not only enshrined in our constitution, but this is what every leader, every government has always focused on. Following those values and the high regard and high respect that Mahatma Gandhi had across the world is also a symbol of the way Indian government or Indian people look at the world. And probably this is one of the reasons why everyone who wishes to be in India wants also to have a visit to this place at Rajghat. Earlier in the day, we saw how Anthony Albanese, the Australian Prime Minister, was given a ceremonial reception at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. After this wreath-laying ceremony, he will be heading to Hyderabad House, where he will be having a photo op with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And after that, a very high-level bilateral meeting will go on, and it will go on for a couple of hours before they would come out and they will address the press as to what all the discussion and decisions were made between the two leaders. And we are also expecting some of the MOUs to be signed. These could be in the areas of clean energy, investment cooperation, and people-to-people engagement. Australia has been asking for more talent and professionals from India to come to Australia and contribute in the development of Australian economy and Australian life. We have seen in the recent days, there has been one of the controversy also coming in Australian society, where many Hindu communities and Hindu temples have been targeted by local Islami extremist groups. However, the Australian government has taken a very strong stance on these incidents, where it has clearly said that there is a freedom of expression and speech that is practiced and that is allowed by the Australian government and constitution to all the people. But in the pretense of freedom of speech, hate, vandalism, and these violences will not be allowed, and the cases have been registered against those perpetrators.
Absolutely. Abhishek, one aspect actually that I did want to ask you about is that we're getting visuals right now, and this is what we're showing to our viewers, visuals of another tribute that the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is making to Mahatma Gandhi. Now, this is the second tribute during his visit here. Would you be able to tell us about the tribute that he made in Ahmedabad to Mahatma Gandhi?
Also, Ahmedabad has been the place from where Mahatma Gandhi has come out as a very strong national leader who led the freedom struggle of India, and we finally got freedom from the rules of British Raj. So Ahmedabad is also very much a pious place, and we have seen in the past also when many foreign leaders who have visited Gujarat, they have visited Sabarmati Ashram also. we have seen, and they had those charkha, those spinning wheels, which used to be a symbol of India's freedom struggle, and has now is something that people fancy, and people cannot even imagine that these were the kind of things through which Indian people not only united against British Raj, but they also did impact economically to the British Empire. So clearly a sense that people want to experience by visiting such places. And Anthony Albanese, who has been a kind of Indophilic because he himself had been a backpacker and spent quite a few months in India back in 90s when he was young, and he had experienced India firsthand, and this was something that he was discussing also, that he should have some free and carefree time in and visiting his Connaught Place and other places in India. So clearly he has a sense and respect for Indian values, Indian way of life, and a country as in India. So his visit to Sabarmati was in that way a strong symbolism, where not only people and the values of Australia and India both echo the same sentiments of peace, democracy, and other democratic values.
Absolutely. Abhishek, do stay with us. I just want to elaborate a little more on the first tribute that the Australian Prime Minister had made. Again, he had paid a floral tribute to the statue of Gandhiji in the premises of the Gandhi Ashram. Our Foreign Affairs correspondent was also going over those details. Now, he also visited Hriday Kunj, which was the residence of Mahatma Gandhiji, and he also demonstrated the spinning of the charkha. Now, Abhishek, one other thing that I do want to ask you more about is what is next now when it comes to the Australian Prime Minister's itinerary?
So now he has had meetings in the last few days. There have been multiple meetings of him with CEOs and senior company officials, where trade and commerce cooperation between the two sides have been discussed. And he had an opportunity to have an expression or a sense what Indian investors want to have from Australia. At the same time, he's also carrying a huge delegation where almost 27 company CEOs are also accompanying him. So today, from here onwards, after this meeting is over at Rajghat, he will be heading back to Hyderabad House, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Anthony Albanese will be having a bilateral dialogue. And then these two leaders will be discussing the areas of cooperation, people-to-people engagement, areas like renewable energy, clean energy, the strategic partnership between the two sides, how to elevate that, and also what are the areas where these two countries can collaborate, and where are the investment opportunities in Australia for Indian businessmen, and what are the technical expertise where Australia can support Indian innovations and Indian companies and Indian technological companies.
Absolutely. Abhishek, do stay with us. Now, we're getting visuals of the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese writing in the Visitor's Book when, during his first tribute, what he had written at that point in the Visitor's Book was that it is a great honor to pay tribute to Pujya Gandhiji. His ethics and life values continue to inspire the world even today. We all have a lot to learn from Gandhiji's values. That was what he had written in the Visitor's Book there during his first tribute in Ahmedabad. And now we will await information on his second entry into the Visitor's Book. This is again at Rajghat, where there's a wreath-laying ceremony. Again, we're playing out those visuals for you on your screens right now. Now, we will continue to track the visit of the Australian Prime Minister to India. Right now, though, we're heading into a very short break. Do stay with us.